What's up, guys? This is Punky J. I just want to give my thoughts and opinions on one of the most well known musicians in the world, Mr. Kurt Cobain. Was in the band Nirvana from about, I think it was 1988 to 1993. So they were, they had a pretty good ride. It was longer than a lot of bands, anyways. But yeah, it's unfortunate he died. I'm not here to debate how he died, if he killed himself. I mean, I personally don't believe he killed himself, but that's up for debate. But whatever it was, however he died, it was a tragedy. And I'm sure he could have lived on to make a lot of great music. But here's the thing about Kurt Cobain that a lot of people don't know. It really wasn't until like his last two albums that he really found his sound, and in my opinion was really like genuinely good. In Utero and brain fart, man. Everybody knows that the one I'm talking about, the last one, the one with the baby swimming. I can't believe I forgot the name of it. It'll come to me later, but those were his best two albums, and the ones before it was just like super hardcore grunge. For all of you who don't know what grunge is, it's basically just punk rock slowed down. It's a lot like stoner metal. If you know what stoner metal is, it's a bunch of fucking trash. It really sucks. There's no talent involved. The only way you can really enjoy it is if you're stoned out of your mind. And that's kind of what grunge was. It was like a punk version of that. And, the band that started it was a band called Mudhoney. And I've heard their music, and they suck. I mean, it's terrible garbage. It really is. I hate to be so hard on them, but it's not good at all. Soundgarden was sort of grungy, like back in the day. They're actually kind of old school. I think they were around since the 80s, too. They used to not be that great either. It wasn't until later on that they really found their sound. And Kurt Cobain was a lot like Soundgarden. I mean, they're almost identical. They did have a few differences in their music, but yeah, Kurt Cobain was just like Chris Cornell. That he used to suck. I mean, I would say that like albums like Bleach, what's that other one? I am on a roll today. But yeah, Bleach, in my opinion, was a pretty shitty album. It had like maybe one or two good songs, but it was just that crunchy, grungy kind of sound. And Kurt Cobain even said himself that he didn't take himself seriously and that he didn't even think his music was that great. He said, Kurt Cobain was actually kind of like a troll, his earlier stuff. That's what he said, is he just kind of liked to make fun of stuff and, not take any of it seriously. But you could tell, though, he still had something about him, he still was different, even in his older stuff. But it wasn't until his later stuff that he really, really got good. And it's a shame, too, because, about the same time he died was when he really started to get good. And that's just, that really fucking sucks, man. But yeah, what am I trying to say here? Yeah, Kurt Cobain. Let's just talk about him personality-wise. He was kind of an asshole. I don't think I would have liked him in his earlier days. He just seemed like sort of like an elitist, stuck-up, cunty kind of person. And yeah, I would not have gotten along well with someone like that. But he matured after he had his daughter. You could notice a change in him. If you watch some interviews like around that time, like in the 90s, like 92, 93, you can tell he was taking himself more seriously and he seemed a lot more mature. But if I were to say if Kurt Cobain is an overrated musician, no, I wouldn't. I just think that some of his music still really sucks. And the only people that like his older stuff are just those really cunty, elitist, thinking they're better than you because they know all this rare music kind of bullshit, fucking hipsters. hipsters are just the cancer of the music world, and yeah, it's funny how someone as talented as Kurt was in a band like that. It's amazing to me. But the funny thing is, for a lot of musicians, is like, don't give up. If you're an aspiring musician, don't give up if you're frustrated, because it can take a long time to find your sound. I mean, even until maybe your 30s, it takes a lot of experimenting. A lot of musicians will tell you that it can take a long time before they put an album together sometimes. The chemistry has to be right with the other people, and, shit like that. And just stylistically, you gotta find what really fits your own style, what motivates you to play, and that can take a real long time. So guys, this is Punky J. Thanks for watching my video. Certainly was not intending to bash Kurt on this video. I mean, he's a pretty amazing dude, and let's just be real, he's pretty fucking hot. But I'm not going to go into that. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Peace.